Good morning, everybody. It's your girl Miracle Sims, and you're listening to God, Sex, and Love. Your daily dose of inspiration and juice. It is October the 25th, 2023, and today the topic is fruit inspection. Happy Wednesday, y'all. Happy Wednesday. I hope that you all had a wonderful Tuesday. A wonderful Tuesday. Mine was just fine. Do y'all appreciate the fact that regardless of whatever time it is, your girl will go ahead and do the juice? Cause yeah, it's like after 9 right now. But hey, here's the juice, y'all, for today, and I hope that you guys are encouraged and inspired by it and everything like that. I woke up to some interesting dreams this morning. One I think might have been resonating. I won't get too deep into it, but I think this might be a good time to shout out my friends over there at Mom Bomb, because Miss Heather of Mom Bomb was in my dream, and and I happened to reach out to her in reference to it, and it seemed as if whatever I was sharing, might have been encouraging and inspiring to her. So to God be the glory, I'm glad to be used and everything like that. So that was an interesting dream. I think I had maybe 2 other dreams last night. I wrote down 2 of them, but like I said, I'm trying, y'all. I'm trying to do better about keeping up with those things that the Lord is telling me in my sleep. But yeah, y'all. So hey, this might be a reminder for you, friend. If the Lord is speaking to you through dreams and visions and things of that nature, then hey, take some time to, seek Him for the wisdom to interpret it. Take time to write them down. Whatever you guys may do. Like I said, I'm trying my best to do better about that. And it came in handy, at least this morning. So yeah, shout out to Mom Bomb and shout out to Miss Heather and everything like that. I don't think there's too much to tell y'all from yesterday. I mean, I ended up having another meeting with the ladies that I had a meeting with last week. And it was nice. One of the ladies is a bit of a prophetess, so she kind of was speaking into, both me and the other lady's life and things of that nature. And I mean, it's always good to get a good word or two, or get some confirmation and things like that, because that was an interesting thing as well. Like, I felt like a lot of the things that we were talking about were things that either, I felt like God has been showing me with juice, everything like that. So it was kind of confirmations in some ways, and then I was able to kind of share some things that was coming to me, and hopefully that was encouraging and inspiring. So yeah, that's the main thing that happened yesterday. Outside of that, like, I can't think of anything else of significance to share. So let's get into this juice, y'all. Let's get into this juice. I guess it's time for us to do a fruit inspection, because that's what I was encouraged and inspired to look into today. I woke up this morning around 1 something. I made a note of it and stuff. And then the next thing I know, I woke up around 6 or 7, one of them, sometime around that, and it led me to whichever time I woke up the second time led me to this conversation about good fruit versus bad fruit and things of that nature. And so I went, started looking up verses and things centered around that, and wrote down the verses that were standing out to me, and ultimately came up with this concept of fruit inspection. So friend, I mean, I don't know where you are today. Are you bearing good fruit or bad fruit? You guys can, I guess make that observation, ask the Lord, and decide. But here goes some verses that were standing out to me this morning, and I hope that they will be encouraging and inspiring to you. So Galatians 5:22 and 23 says, "But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control. Against such things there is no law." So yeah, I know at one point before I started writing down verses and whatnot, I was asking the question of like, well, what is good fruit and everything like that? Because you hear it all the time. You hear like, okay, you'll know them by their fruit. And, obviously there's good fruit versus bad fruit. And then it's like, well, what is examples of good fruit and bad fruit? Well, here's a start right here. All those different things are representations of good fruit. As I was going deeper about that idea, one thing I was receiving is that obviously you have to be connected to the vine, which is Christ, to even bear this good fruit of love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control, and everything like that. So, I mean, obviously you guys can go deeper. There's plenty of verses in the go deeper section for you guys to peruse and let marinate on your heart, souls, and minds. But again, I'm just going to share some of the verses that were standing out to me. So, Matthew 7:17 and 18, it says, "So every healthy tree bears good fruit, but the diseased tree bears bad fruit. A healthy tree cannot bear bad fruit, nor can a diseased tree bear good fruit." Whew, I mean, hey, this might be deep thoughts right here and everything like that. But I guess again we should ask ourselves: are we a healthy tree or a diseased tree? And then obviously the fruit you're bearing will let you know which one you are. But it's also saying here that again, a healthy tree can't bear bad fruit, and a diseased tree can't bear good fruit. And it's very interesting because like, how can I say this here? Like, because I think sometimes we get confused, right, when people are, I guess, with this concept of, I guess, being a quote-unquote good person, right? And then you do all the things and you're like, see, because I did this and I did that, X, Y, and Z. And in this moment, I'm reminded a little bit about what me and the other ladies were talking about yesterday. The prophetess was sharing, like, I believe it was still in Matthew, if I'm not mistaken. It was how to pray and things like that, and not doing things to be seen by others and things of that nature, right? And as I was reading, I went to gotquestions.org this morning, and I came across an article that the article was, "What is the key to bearing fruit as a Christian?" And it went deeper about, this concept again about the good fruit versus the bad, as well as, getting in the habit of doing routines as believers, and thinking that that's, the quote unquote good fruit. But then the truth comes out really what's in your heart, because you start to see, like, okay, are you exuding the fruits of the Spirit, or are you just kind of doing things out of habit and routine? Are you being more like a Pharisee and a Sadducee versus being a true follower of Christ and things of that nature? And so, again, you guys can go deeper about that, whether you are healthy or diseased, and things like that. And I know it can get kind of iffy when it comes to this conversation about, again, a healthy tree not being able to bear bad fruit, and a diseased tree not being able to bear good fruit. But well, one, I believe that the Lord will give you the wisdom regarding that. So that's one thing. And then two, just because you're doing good things doesn't mean that it's good fruit. I guess that's what I'm receiving in reference to that. Y'all can go deeper about, again, you and your personal life. But yeah, let me keep sharing with y'all these verses, because yeah. So Matthew 12:33, it says, "Either make the tree good and its fruit good, or make the tree bad and its fruit bad. For the tree is known by its fruit." Once again, this is doubling down on this conversation, y'all, about whether the tree is good or bad. And I think, I know I've heard this be said. It's like they say the scariest verse in the Bible is the verse that reference that everybody that says Lord, Lord is not going to be a, I guess, citizen of heaven, and things of that nature. They're going to say, hey, I did things in your name, but he's going to say, depart from me, I never knew you. Like, that is a scary place to be. I guess I think about it every now and then, like, I don't want to be like that. I want to be actual, I guess, bearing good fruit and being a good steward and being, I mean, I guess any representation of good, I think I personally would like to be. But like I said, that just gets so iffy though, right? Like, I don't know if I'm the only one thinking this today, but basically, like, because it's like, okay, well, Lord, how can people do good, right? Because there are bad people that do good things, right? And then there are good people. Are there good people that do bad things? I mean, again, we've all sinned and fallen short, so I guess in that regard, then yeah, there are quote unquote good people that have done bad things. And then remember, none of us is good. That's another thing that the Bible lets us know as well. Y'all can go deeper about all this. I'm just telling y'all the different things that came into my heart and mind as I'm reading these verses right now. And I hope that I'm not, adding to confusion here because I'm sharing like the thoughts that, that we all could probably have in reference to this. Because then it's like, well, if I'm doing good, that means I'm bearing good fruit. Or if I'm doing bad, then I guess again, if we truly want to know whether it's good fruit or not, we have to go back again to the fruit of the Spirit. Is it, are the things we done in love? Are you doing it with joy? Do you have peace? Do you have patience? Do you have kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control? Again, like I said, that article at gotquestions.org should shed a little bit more light on that as well. But again, like you and God know, like in your heart, whether or not the things you're doing is for a show, right? Or are you doing it just out of the goodness of your heart and things of that nature. So yeah, something to think about, man. Something to think about. Now, Matthew 7:19, it says, every tree that does not bear good fruit is cut down and thrown into the fire. Whew. Now, we all know that they say end times about, the fire and it, obviously the Satan and, the false prophet and they're, all going to be into this lake of fire. So it could be literal, that again, if you do not bear good fruit, you'll be thrown into the fire. But I don't know. Should I even give the other alternative way that this could be looked at as well? I'm sure there are, but yeah, I guess just leave it. I feel led to just leave it right there. So I'm gonna leave that right there. That's what that verse says, and I think we should probably take it literally. And that, again, should encourage us and inspire us to, again, bear the fruits of the Spirit, hook up to Jesus, and then, therefore, bear good fruit. Once again, we got John 15:2. It says, every branch in use that does not bear fruit, he takes away. And every branch that does bear fruit, he prunes, that it may bear more fruit. So, there you guys go. At this point, I hope that you all are encouraged and inspired to do a fruit inspection because that's ultimately the juice this morning. Again, this seems to be a serious choice and thing. Again, if we take it literally what the Bible is saying, that every tree that does not bear good fruit will be cut down and thrown in the fire, and hopefully, again, that will encourage us and inspire us to, stay true to the vine, like hook up to the vine, bear those fruits of the Spirit, and then ultimately bear more fruit because once you start doing that, he'll prune you so you're able to do more. So that's the juice this morning, y'all. I hope that encourages you and inspires you. The Bible verse of today is Joel 2:1. It says, blow ye the trumpet in Zion and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. And let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, for it is right or nigh at hand or right at hand. You guys can look again and see what that verse says, just in case I jumble some things up. But yeah, that's the juice this morning, y'all. Y'all have a wonderful Wednesday, and I look forward to talking to you all on tomorrow, if the Lord's will. Did you know that you can support us for just 99 cents a month? That's right, friends. You can support everything that we do here at GSL for just 99 cents a month. Take a look around wherever this post is. You might see a link or maybe even a button that says support. Go there, check out the options, consider supporting us because, we enjoy bringing you all the daily inspiration as well as the weekly talk show, but we have much, much more to come. Thank you so much for the consideration. Bye-bye. If it is or if it ain't, it's going to come out.